Hello, Yellow Jacket Nation. I'm Nik Reddy, and you're watching On the Flats, your guide to everything Georgia Tech football. It's rivalry weekend here at Tech, as we have the much-hated in-state rivals from the University of Georgia visiting Bobby Dodd Stadium. Tech is in the midst of its most successful season in almost 20 years, while the Bulldogs come limping into today's contest with a measly 6-5 record. But the Jackets would be foolish to take this contest lightly, as both these teams have a storied history that dates back to 1893. In a rivalry aptly titled Clean Old-Fashioned Hate, the Jacks look to come out firing and get their second straight victory against a school from Athens. And as you can see behind me, Jacket fans are fired up and ready for kickoff. So it should be a good one. Let's get to it.
Go to
I see your dirty face, hide behind your collar, but it's done in vain. Truth is hard to swallow, so you pray to God to justify the way you live a lie, live a lie, live a lie. And you take your time, and you do your crime. Well, you made your bed, I made mine. Because when I arrive, I bring the fire, make you come alive. I can take you higher, what this is. For God, I must now remind you, let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Now the son's disgraced, he who knew his father when he cursed his name, turned and chased the dollar, but it broke his heart, so he stuck his middle finger to the world, to the world, to the world.
Hey Jacket fans, I'm here with current Cowboy and former Star Tech running back Tashard Choice, aka Deuce. Tashard, what are your expectations for today's game?
I hope we blow them out. I think the guys gonna come out, big home crowd. We should blow these jokers out of the water today.
All right. Confident Tashard Choice, confident player, star player.
Yeah.
That's his take on the game.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Running back Washawn Ely gets a huge game on the game's opening possession to put UGA in scoring position. This sets up spellback Caleb King, who rushes 6 yards for the touchdown. Josh Nesbitt powers 24 yards down the sidelines on Tech's first offensive series, and a nice pitch and catch to wideout Bebe Thomas puts the Jackets in scoring range. But they're unable to make their mark on the scoreboard as kicker Scott Blair misses a 37-yard field goal attempt. All-ACC defensive end Derek Morgan forces Caleb King to fumble, with GT linebacker Steven Sylvester there to recover the loose ball. However, Josh Nesbitt goes down with an ankle injury on the next drive, and the Jackets call upon backup J-Bo Shaw to lead the offense. Scott Blair punches in a 42-yard field goal at the start of the second quarter to give Tech its first points. A big Washawn Ely run allows UGA to get another field goal, and UGA gets the ball right back as J-Bo Shaw's deep pass is intercepted by safety Rashad Jones on the first play of the ensuing drive. With yet another heavy dose of the running game, Joe Cox makes the Jackets pay for the turnover with a 13-yard TD strike to receiver Michael Moore. Josh Nesbitt is able to re-enter the game on the Jackets' final drive of the half, but is unable to connect on a Hail Mary pass as Georgia Tech heads to the half, trailing 3-17.
Hey there, Yellow Jackets. This is Kelly Steigel with On the Flats.
And this is Nik Reddy.
We're here at the Georgia Tech game at Bobby Dodd Stadium, and right now it's halftime. The Bulldogs are up 17-3, but we had the chance to talk to the coaches of both teams this week. I went behind enemy lines and talked to Coach Mark Richt.
And I got to talk to the home team's Coach Paul Johnson. Here's what they had to say.
Hey there, Yellow Jackets. This is Kelly Steigel with On the Flats, and I'm here with the University of Georgia's head football coach, Mark Richt. Now, Coach Richt, you lost 2 key players to the NFL draft this year, Noshawn Marino and Matthew Stafford. How's that been for your team?
Oh, I'd love to have those guys. You know, it's hard to lose, that much talent base and not be affected by it. But, the guys that have replaced are banging away, and they've had their, moments. But, at the running back especially, we've been relatively young, but guys are learning to play the position. So we're growing as we go, but it would have been nice to let them learn a little bit behind Noshawn one more season, or learn a little bit behind Stafford one more year.
And do you as a coach try to instill a sense of humility in your players?
Well, I want them to put the team first. I want them to. I mean, you want guys to have confidence. You must have confidence to play the game. There's no doubt about that. But you want them to have that confidence within the context of your team, and I think our guys do a pretty good job of that.
And what has the Georgia Tech UGA rivalry meant for you as a coach?
Well, we always have had the utmost respect for Georgia Tech and their football program, and had a bunch of unbelievably exciting games and wild finishes and things of that nature. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. It's a game that is at the end of the year. It's very meaningful to both schools, and it's one that has been that way for years before I got here, and it's going to be the same way for years after I leave.
And speaking of the Georgia Tech game, your away record has been very impressive over the past 9 years. Do you think it'll help you this year against Georgia Tech?
Well, anything you did in the past doesn't really necessarily help you for the future. It's a game that stands alone on itself, and hopefully we'll be able to do what it takes to win it.
All right, Yellow Jacket Nation, I'm here with the man himself, Georgia Tech head football coach Paul Johnson. You've enjoyed a tremendous amount of success in your short time here. What were your initial expectations for the program, and did you really think you'd see this much success so early on?
Well, I think our expectations were to just come in here and work as hard as we could and see what happens. Certainly you would like to think you're going to have a chance to win every game you play. And, I didn't have any preconceived notion on how many wins or anything else. I just wanted to come in and try to get better every day.
Georgia Tech is in the midst of its most successful season in almost 20 years. What do you do to keep the team motivated and keep that intensity level up?
Well, this team has been pretty good about motivating themselves, and we got off on a little bit of a roll, and so each game became a big game. Each week they had something to play for, and we're still there. We've got the in-state rival this week, and then hopefully the ACC championship game and a big bowl game. So still a lot out in front of us, and they've been pretty good at self-motivating.
The UGA game is a pretty big game for a lot of the Georgia Tech fans, but talk about what its significance or its importance on the grand scheme of things for you as a coach and your players.
Well, it's important because it's important to our fans and students and everybody else, and certainly a game we want to try to win. It's not the end-all, be-all to our season, but certainly would help us if we can go out and give a good effort.
Hey there, Yellow Jackets. This is Kelly Steigel with On the Flats, and I'm here with the Georgia Governor, Mr. Sonny Perdue. Now, Mr. Perdue, what brings you out tonight?
Well, obviously, I'm a big football fan, and we got two great teams on the field. Everyone knows I'm a graduate of the University of Georgia, but I pull for Georgia Tech every other time.
That's great. So who are you pulling for tonight, I guess?
I'm a Bulldog. I'm a graduate of Tech, but I'm telling you, I hope Tech goes on to win the ACC championship, has a great bowl season. They've got a great coach and a good team. I'm really proud of the Yellow Jackets.
Okay, thank you so much, Governor. And now back to you, Nick.
The Jackets start the second half with a bang as a nasty stiff arm by Belindikoff finalist Bebe Thomas turns a design screenplay into a 76-yard dash to the end zone. However, Caleb King retaliates on UGA's first third quarter play from scrimmage, taking it 75 yards up the gut to pay dirt. A 17-yard pass from Nesbitt to Thomas sets the Jackets up in scoring position as Jonathan Dwyer takes it up the middle for a tough 5-yard touchdown. The Jacket defense forces 2 UGA fumbles on the ensuing drive, but they aren't able to recover the ball as Georgia marches down the field to tack on another 3 points. Nesbitt responds though and is able to power his way into the end zone early in the fourth quarter for the score. GT gets some momentum as Blair Walsh misses a 55-yard field goal to give the Jackets excellent field position for a potential game-winning drive. After making their way to midfield, the Yellow Jackets opt for 4 straight passes, all of which turn out to be incomplete. Bebe Thomas's fourth down drop near the sidelines effectively ends the game as shocked Tech fans watch Joe Cox and company line up in the victory formation. The final score had the bitter rivals defeating the home team 30-24.
I think you have to give Georgia some credit. They had a plan to run the ball, and they came in and ran the ball. Didn't surprise anybody. I mean, we kind of knew that's what they were going to do. Just couldn't stop them. It's like I said all week, we had to get enough guys up there to stop the run. I think we had the ball. I know we had it 4 times in the first half, and we missed the field goal. We got down there and got a penalty. made a field goal, and then we had it right at the end of the half, and we took a sack. You know, we can't do that. Made a mental mistake and took a sack and took us out of that drive. So, like I said, we just didn't make enough plays. Well, actually, the first one was a post route that we overthrew to Bebe. I think he had the guy maybe beat on that one, and we overthrew it. The second one was a wheel route that we caught out of bounds. The third one was an option route that was, you know, the slot has the option to break it down, stop, across the middle, wherever. I think he ran by the guy again. We just didn't, you know, their kid made a good play on the ball, and we didn't make the catch. And then the last play was an out route to get the first down, and we, you know, didn't make it. So that was the sequence. We got no excuses. We got beat. It happens sometimes when you play. You know, like I said, we didn't make enough plays, and they did. My hat's off to them.
Yeah, my leg just got stuck under somebody, and I was just getting rolled up on. I was going to force myself to play. I never wanted to go back in the locker room, but I had to go back in and get retaped and make sure I can go and help my team. We just got to take all our anger out on Clemson and just play our heart out in that game.
You never look past a rivalry like this. We knew that they were a talented team. We knew that they had a lot of guys that could make plays, and you know, they came out today and they played well, and we didn't. But you know, now we gotta look towards the ACC championship game and focus on that. I think we'll definitely use this motivation, you know, for the Clemson game. I know they lost their rivalry game too, so they're gonna come out, you know, just fired up, and it's gonna come down to execution. We just gotta come out this week and you know, tune things up in practice, you know, correct the mistakes we made, and come out and play on next Saturday.
Georgia Tech loses a heartbreaker to rival UGA with a final score of 30-24. The Jackets were simply unable to stop Georgia's rushing game as the Dogs managed to pile up over 300 rushing yards. Add in 2 turnovers and an untimely Josh Nesbitt injury, and the Jackets were simply unable to pull out the W. But there is good news. The Jackets can still clinch the ACC crown next week when they take on Clemson in Tampa Bay, and a win there would mean a trip to the Orange Bowl. As for us, this is our last show of the season, but I'd like to take some time out right now to thank the On the Flats crew, specifically my co-host Kelly Steigel and my cameramen Mike Jones and Sam Rickles, who shoot the show, edit the show, and basically do everything behind the scenes to make this show possible. As for me, I'm graduating in May, so this is unfortunately my last show as well. So for one last time, I'm Nik Reddy, signing out from On the Flats.